to share something from my book, Always Worthy: Healing Generational Trauma in Mind, Body, and Spirit with you. In this book, I start with my child self, introducing you to my child self and her experiences with high demand religion. And then I go into my shadow self, my inauthentic self, and then at the end I share messages from my authentic self and the healing journey that I've been on. And I also channeled this book with my ancestor, and I tell his story as well. And it is incredible how, even though we lived 100 years apart, the trauma is very much the same, and the way it manifested in our bodies is very much the same. It's really fascinating. But I wanted to talk today about how damaging it is to receive a label from the leaders that you trust and believe in, and that you link and associate with your higher power, Jesus, God, whatever it is. How damaging that can be if they label you as bad as a murderer because of sexual trauma that you went through. And what it did to me was I withdrew from the whole world, not just church, but the whole world. So I wanted to read this passage to you from my book. It says, "Now that I understand where I stand with God, there is no way I could go to church. Why would God even want me there? I actually have stopped praying or trying to connect with God because he already told me how he feels about me. I already know where I stand. Yes, I have withdrawn from the community of my faith, but I'm also withdrawing from everyone else too. I feel so isolated, and I really don't feel like I can talk to anyone. I don't want to feel their shame about me on top of the shame I already feel. I really need to talk to someone, though. There just isn't anyone I can confide in. My boyfriend doesn't get where I'm coming from at all, and the community that I'm in would say that I have made the most shameful choice a person can make in a lifetime. And my parents? I feel that they have too much to deal with. Teens in the neighborhood come over to our house and they tell my mom everything that they're going through. She listens and gives them encouraging advice. I feel that she doesn't have time to talk to me, though. She would be very disappointed in me anyway. In my relationship with my boyfriend, I feel anxious and depressed. Every time I even hang out with this person, I feel unheard and like an object. I'm starting to hate his words. I know that they're empty, but I stay anyway. I've started to dissolve into this situation because I've erased myself completely. It's the only way I can cope. I'm doing what I've always done, deleting myself and giving away all of my power. Whatever it takes to have any connection with anyone. I believe that I deserve this toxic relationship because it is the dynamic that unworthy people deserve." So the instruction that I was taught as a youth in the church about how this abuse that I went through was second to murder. And because I got the label of unworthy, it affected my whole life and set me up for years and years, over a decade worth of abuse and trauma, because I believed that dynamics like these are what unworthy people deserve. How different would it be if this child was taught that she's always worthy and nothing could ever change that about her? And how different would it be if she was surrounded in love instead of criticism? It would have completely changed my life. Protect the youth and build them up. Don't tear them down.